Detailed reporting of Mossad's deadliest mission. The Mossad, Israel's national intelligence agency, is globally known for its ability to carry out highly secretive, sophisticated, and often deadly operations. Among its myriad missions, some stand out for their audacity, precision, and high-stakes impact on both Israel's security and its diplomatic standing. Here are some of the Mossad's most deadly and impactful missions, including Operation Wrath of God, Operation Entebbe, and Operation Orchard. 1. Operation Wrath of God, 1972, early 1980s. Objective: target individuals responsible for the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre, in which the Palestinian group Black September killed 11 Israeli athletes. Details: after the Munich massacre, Israel's Prime Minister Golda Meir authorized Operation Wrath of God, a covert Mossad mission to assassinate members of Black September and the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO. The mission took Mossad agents across Europe, the Middle East, and even North Africa, targeting individuals associated with the planning and execution of the massacre. Execution: Mossad operatives used a mix of tactics from letter bombs and close-range shootings to sophisticated car bombs and even improvised traps. Notable targets included Ali Hassan Salameh, a high-ranking PLO operative who was killed in a car bomb explosion in Beirut in 1979. However, the mission was not without errors. In Norway, Mossad agents accidentally killed a Moroccan waiter, Ambauchiki, mistaking him for one of the operatives involved in the Munich attack. This botched assassination led to significant diplomatic fallout for Israel. Impact: Operation Wrath of God became one of the most famous Mossad missions and served as a deterrent against similar attacks on Israeli citizens. It showcased the Mossad's capacity for ruthless and sustained retribution, although the mission's indiscriminate nature sparked ethical debates and criticism about the risks of innocent casualties. 2. Operation Entebbe, 1976. Objective: rescue 102 hostages held at Entebbe Airport, Uganda, after an Air France plane was hijacked by Palestinian and German terrorists. Details: in June 1976, Air France Flight 139, traveling from Tel Aviv to Paris, was hijacked and diverted to Entebbe, Uganda. The hijackers, who were associated with the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, FLEP, demanded the release of 40 Palestinians held in Israel, as well as other militants detained in Kenya, France, Switzerland, and Germany. Execution: Operation Entebbe, also known as Operation Thunderbolt, was an exceptionally daring mission. A team of 100 elite Israeli commandos flew to Uganda, landing under the cover of night. Disguised in vehicles resembling those of Ugandan President Idi Amin, they stormed the terminal where the hostages were held, killing all 7 terrorists in the raid. 3 hostages and operations commander Yonatan Netanyahu, the older brother of future Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, were killed. All other hostages were rescued and returned to Israel safely. Impact: the operation was hailed as one of the most successful counter-terrorism missions in history, showcasing Israel's commitment to protecting its citizens and the skill of its special forces. It also emphasized Mossad's intelligence-gathering capability, as the mission's success relied heavily on detailed information about the airport layout and terrorist positions. 3. Operation Orchard, 2007. Objective: destroy a suspected Syrian nuclear reactor at Al-Kibar, believed to be capable of producing nuclear weapons. Details: in 2007, Israeli intelligence discovered that Syria was building a nuclear reactor in the desert near Al-Kibar with North Korean assistance. Fearing the potential threat of a nuclear-armed Syria, Mossad gathered intelligence on the facility, confirming its purpose through surveillance intelligence from agents and analysis of material secretly acquired in Vienna from a Syrian official's hotel room. Execution: in a precision airstrike, Israeli jets bombed the facility in September 2007, completely destroying it in what became known as Operation Orchard. Mossad agents and Israeli Air Force operatives maintained a strict silence on the operation, leaving much of the world uncertain about who had carried out the strike for years. Impact: the mission sent a clear message to other nations in the region about Israel's commitment to preventing nuclear proliferation. The secrecy surrounding the operation highlighted Mossad's ability to plan and execute high-stakes missions without immediate diplomatic fallout, as Israel never officially acknowledged the raid until years later. 4. Operation Diamond, 1966. Objective: capture a Soviet-made MiG-21 fighter jet from Iraq to better understand its capabilities. Details: in the mid-1960s, Israel needed to assess the capabilities of the Soviet MiG-21, which was widely used by Arab countries hostile to Israel. Mossad identified an Iraqi pilot, Munir Redfa, who had become disillusioned with the regime. They promised him and his family asylum and financial incentives in exchange for flying the MiG-21 into Israel. Execution, Redfa agreed, and Mossad coordinated his defection meticulously. Redfa flew his MiG-20 trail, giving the Israeli Air Force invaluable insight into the aircraft's capabilities. This intelligence significantly improved Israel's military preparedness and helped during the Six-Day War in 1967. Impact: Operation Diamond was a rare intelligence coup, as the MiG-21 was one of the world's most advanced fighters at the time. The mission underscored Mossad's strategic use of psychological operations and persuasion, influencing the outcomes of future conflicts. 5. Operation Moses, 1984 to 1985. Objective: rescue Ethiopian Jews facing persecution and famine, relocating them to Israel. Details: Ethiopia's Jewish community, known as Beta Israel, was facing extreme hardships, including persecution and famine. Mossad set up safe houses and routes through Sudan, coordinating with Ethiopian smugglers and Sudanese contacts to extract members of Beta Israel. The operation involved smuggling hundreds of Ethiopian Jews to Israel via land routes and chartered flights. Execution: over 7 weeks, thousands of Ethiopian Jews were moved to Israel in secrecy. However, after information on the operation was leaked, Sudan forced Israel to end the mission. Impact: Operation Moses remains one of Mossad's most humanitarian missions, highlighting its role not only in counterterrorism but also in protecting Jewish communities worldwide. The operation paved the way for future efforts to bring Ethiopian Jews to Israel, reinforcing Israel's commitment to global Jewish welfare. Conclusion: the Mossad missions have varied from high-stakes counterterrorism and nuclear prevention to humanitarian rescue, making it one of the most feared and respected intelligence agents in the world. Its operations exemplify strategic intelligence, psychological insight, and often ruthless execution. While some missions, like Entebbe, are widely celebrated, others raise ethical questions about collateral damage and sovereign intervention, fueling ongoing debate about Mossad's global role.